You are watching Mimbekeren TV here in Liverpool, in the United States, in the United Kingdom rather. This is part of our program Sewo Tumo, which is Entertainment Unlimited, and it used to be strictly Gambian music. But today we have a talented girl all the way from Sweden. We're gonna switch the table. Maybe today is not going to be exclusively Gambian music, but I know this singer is related to Gambia and Gambians. So therefore, it's all gonna be the same, either Gambian music or non-Gambian music, but it's gonna be like a mix of Gambian music and Swedish flavor. So on the studio today, I have a talented musician called Iman. Her father is a Gambian, and later on I'm gonna bring herself to introduce herself, because it's always important whenever I invite artists on the show, I give them the opportunity for them to be able to introduce themselves, because they know themselves better than I do. So welcome to the show, and who are you?
Thank you. Well, it's right that what you said. I am Iman, and I'm the daughter of Demba Konta, who is a known Gambian artist, and also Zana Konta, who together have been working for many years with music in Gambia. So I'm a proud daughter of them, and currently I'm working on my own music, and I've written for artists around the world, and I'm also writing for myself. So that's me.
Thanks very much, Iman. One thing very important here, your father is a Gambian, which is of our interest, because this show is all about exclusively Gambian music. But like I said earlier on, I didn't make any error by saying that it's gonna be Gambian music flavor with Swedish one. So Iman, you told me that you're a singer and a songwriter, and
Yep.
I'm sure you're not only limited to that, you have other talents as well. So what really motivates you not to be a lawyer, not to be a doctor, but a musician, just like your father's footstep? What really motivates you?
That's kind of what you said. It's hard to not follow your parents' footsteps, because it's so inspiring when you live in a family with music all around you all the time. It's pretty hard to be like, oh, but I want to be a doctor, you know? You want to do what your parents do. So even though my father's been on me my whole life about becoming a lawyer, my passion for music is too strong, and I have a lot that I want to tell the world. I have a lot to say through my music, so I feel like it's very important for me to also do it, because that's what I love. It's hard not to.
Some people might allude that when it comes to music, is in the genes of every Africans. As far as I know, your father's heritage, for example, where he came from, you have to come from a musician family to be able to do music. This is in the ancestral Africa. But your father didn't come from a musician family, and despite that, he embraced music, and then he composed and sang one of the best tracks, or one of the best flavors when it comes to reggae music.
Yeah.
Now, when you were very young, did you see your father singing and dancing? If that yes, did that really motivate you to become one like this?
The thing is, actually, I've never seen my father on stage.
Okay.
And I'm still waiting for that. I've never seen him on stage. I've seen him perform in my home, though, and I know how much everyone loves the music he makes. And I used to hear all the songs when I was younger. I know all the songs, and it's inevitable to not get inspired from that, because it's formed my whole family. It's formed every one of us. So I mean, it's, yeah, of course I'm inspired. I need to be. It's hard not to.
It's like a family of music, because I saw your half brother.
Yeah.
Your half brother is also a musician, Edie, not full musician, but
No,
then.
but yeah, both of my half brothers, my brother Edrisa, my brother Sunyata, my cousins, all of them. We are like a real music family.
So this is gonna be a happy home where you are surrounded by musicians and music.
Exactly.
Okay. Now let's go to this songwriting. What does it take to become a songwriter?
It's a hard question. I mean, it sounds very cliche. But first of all, you need to have something to say. You can't, I mean, of course you can make music that doesn't necessarily have a message, but it won't, I don't think you will have the same drive, because you really need to, I mean, this music industry is very tricky, and you need to have the energy to keep going all the time. You work so much, so you need to have a purpose with your music. So that's number one. Mm-hmm. And then for the actual writing, I don't know, just copy your idols, get inspired from your parents, get inspired from people around you, and see how they do it, and try to learn from that. That's probably what I would say. And then get better, because you won't be good in the beginning. So just gradually get better.
Do you remember when you first sang your first song? When was it?
I don't remember when I sang my first song, because that was probably when I was like 2 or something. Yeah, probably. Okay. But I remember when I wrote my first song, and that was when I was 9. And
okay, good.
Yeah, and I wanted to. I auditioned for this competition for children, but I didn't get elected, sadly. And but that was the first time I wrote a song, and it was about love, because I thought that was cool to write about. So yeah, that must have been the first time.
And do you only sing, or you play instrument within, your career? Do you have any instrument to play?
I play the piano.
Okay.
I wouldn't play on stage. I'm not like Mozart. I'm not the best instrument player like in the world. But I use the piano when I write music. I always write to the piano, and I sing all the time to my piano. And sometimes if I want, I pick up the guitar. But you have to have short nails when you play the guitar, and I don't like having short nails. So I stick to the piano. But that's my biggest source of inspiration when it comes to writing melodies.
All right. When you were first introduced to me, I went on YouTube and play your one of your tracks. I say, wow, does this look like Beyonce? So yes, this is the first impression that came to me. Wow, is that the small Beyonce in Sweden? But tell me, since you start, on this professional line, what has been your achievement so far?
I mean, many people would probably talk about when I wrote a song called Lush Life, which I wrote for a Swedish artist called Zara Larsson. And it has, if you count YouTube and all the other devices like Spotify, it has over 1 billion plays. Yes. So that's definitely an achievement that I'm proud of. But besides that, I'm really happy just to be releasing my own stuff, because I'm working with a lot of exciting new artists, especially in the UK. I go to the UK all the time. That's my favorite place. So I'm happy to release my EP. That's the thing I'm the most proud of right now, actually.
All right, you said you hit 1 billion views. That's a massive achievement. 1 billion views.
Yeah.
You're very young at that age. You're becoming, one of the rising stars, especially not only around Scandinavia, but around the globe, because there, when there is time, there is always hope. So in music, you found a lot of talented artists, especially young girls and then women artists that are very talented and that has been long in the music. So you just came and you're telling me that, and I can see for myself that you're hitting 1 billion views. What has been the mode of differentiation you use? Because there must be, in branding, you have to differentiate your product. What has been your mode of differentiation for you to be able to hit 1 billion views?
You're asking good questions. I would say that the thing is, you have to dare to actually, like, I feel like songwriters who have been in the business for a long time, they lose their they don't dare being creative anymore, because they're only thinking about what will sell and is this a hit, and and the thing is, you have to always keep that strive to challenge yourself. When I wrote Lush Life, I was creative with my melodies. I did things that wasn't necessarily, it wasn't embraced. It wasn't what was considered to be the right ways to think about melodies or lyrics or what to write about. And also, we sat down before we wrote the song, me and Zana, my mother, and we sat down and we actually thought out, what message do we want to give to Zara? Because Zara is a very strong woman, and she always thinks about being weak and being sad, and that doesn't reflect her personality at all. So we thought, we need to empower her. We need to show the world who she really is, and give women that to let them be strong. So the song is about being strong and doing your own thing and have nothing holding you back. And I think, like I was saying before, it's important to always remember what you want to tell in music, what you want to say. Otherwise, you're just writing, songs that don't contribute to the world. So I would say that's one of the things, definitely.
All right, you talk about a very strong woman that feels weak, but her weakness doesn't reflect her personality.
Right.
And then, this is quite important. For example, where your paternal heritage come from, women are very strong. They never feel weak. And your song definitely will reflect, especially, to empower women, give them motivations. So unlike your father, your father, was very political minded. I know that because I used to listen a lot of her songs, But when I listen to a few of your songs, they are all dominated by love songs. And then I quite agree with you. All what we need in life, all what we need in this world is love. If you love each other, there will be no problem, because love can move the mountains, love can conquer the heavy battles. So are you mainly focused on love song, or sometimes you do involve political songs as well? Because
the thing is, for me, it's not necessarily about writing about love. The difference between me and my father is that he is political in a very outspoken way. I'm political in a more subtle way, and I don't necessarily talk about, political parties or presidents. What the sense that I'm political in is that I want to change the way you speak about different ethnicities and different genders and so on. So I feel like sometimes it's better to imply those messages in a more subtle way. So why I like to write about love is that it's not just about telling people that, oh, we need to love each other, because I think that's important, but also I really, in every song, I try to get the message across. For example, I wrote the song Not Down for Whatever. And that's about a woman finding her power. Being, you know, she's been feeling lost and confused for a long time, and now she finds her power and can stand up for herself. So it's not just about love, it's about so much more. And then I wrote a song called Sugar Deluxe, which is actually where I shifted the perspectives. I did a little research about how men often talk about women in, for example, American culture, rap songs and so on. And I shifted the perspective and did that back to the guys, just to see what reaction you get. So it seems to be a love song, but it's actually not. And the funny thing is, people find themselves dancing to these lyrics, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, am I dancing to something political? Oh, what is this song about? Oh, I didn't see this coming, you know? Yes. So that's what I'm trying to do, you know? Tease a little and subtly imply my messages. So that's my journey. But sometimes maybe I'll be more outspoken. We'll see. But this is what I'm doing right now.
Okay. You always talk about woman as an emancipation, women feel weak, woman supposed to be strong. Are you believe in the notion of femme fatale?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course. I do. The thing is, you know, women can, of course they can be weak. Everyone can be weak. But what I don't like is when it becomes a truth, when it becomes a norm that, oh, this is how this ethnicity is, or this age group is, or this gender is. I don't like these supposed truths about people. I think if you're weak, or if you're sad, or if you're vulnerable, you should be allowed to express that. But I don't want other people to talk for those categories of people, you know? That's what I'm trying to change.
Very good. And now we move to your music. How many tracks have you composed since you start releasing?
Oh, do you mean release tracks or in?
No, release tracks.
Okay, because I'm like, wow, that's a lot. Release tracks. Well, the thing is, I released one song that for me was kind of more like a tryout. So for me, the first real song I released, that was actually in April. Because now I will be releasing my new stuff and the EP and all these collaborations I was talking about. So I feel like this is actually when it's starting for real, because I've been really working on the craft and traveling around the world and just really trying to find the core essence of the music. So one track, and there will be more in November, which we are in now. I just realized, it will come soon, actually.
We'll be in November now.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about your paternal life, you know, because I got some kind of information that you are very interested about helping Gambia and her people, because this is where your paternal heritage come from. Tell me, do you intend to go to Gambia soon?
Yes, of course. I'm going in the middle of December. And I'm staying for a month. Yeah.
Okay.
The 19th actually. I'm going.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about that, because I'll be meeting so many inspiring people, and I can't wait. I've been waiting for a long time to come, and I feel like it's the perfect time now with the whole change in the country and everything. So I'm really excited. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Once in the Gambia, I know that you said you're going to meet a lot of talented people out there. And I'm sure that, you know, where your father came from, Nyani will be very happy to welcome another Nyani girl who will come from Sweden, you know, to their place. So what has been your engagement so far, since you are no longer an amateur musician, but you are an international musician, because only international musicians that are favorable to the audience will hit 1 billion views. And right now you hit 1 billion views. what has been your engagement in the Gambia so far? If you know, do you have any engagement in the Gambia? If yes, what is your engagement in the Gambia so far?
Well, so far, I've only been able to communicate through my parents and through my family since I haven't physically been there.
Okay.
So I've had the fortune to actually be connected to this female group. It's like, what would you call it in English? It's like well, it's sort of a community that work for all these issues that I've been talking about now. So I'm really excited about that because they're doing a lot for the country, and I'm going to be meeting them when I get there. And I'm also going to meet the president to you know, talk through everything that's happening right now. So I'm really happy about that. And then I'd love to actually go to Yoma, and I'd love to see. I'm getting notes here. Yeah. So I'd love to go there. I'm going there as soon as I get off the plane, and I'm meeting with the schools that have been built because I'm so happy that there are schools that that have the opportunity to grow now. So I want to be in that. I want to help and contribute to that, and I really want to give. And you know, I have a soft spot for females, every child, of course, but I'm really happy about the women being able to have an education. So I want to focus on that, definitely. And because children are the future.
Carry on. Gambia has been a multi-talented country, and the music industry in the Gambia, you know, is quite old but still very young. You know that feeling when you are old and still feel very young.
Yeah.
And you know, people like you, for example, we have another artist in the UK called Sona Jobati, and yourself, Iman from Sweden. Do you have, you know, any future plan, if you know, to help boost the Gambian music? Because Gambian musicians are very talented, but when it comes to management and organizing, is always a problem, and recordings as well. So what would be, because I'm sure they will definitely love to welcome you in that area, you know, improvement of music industry. What would be your involvement if you have anyone in store?
Well, one thing I'm really excited about is the fact that I feel like Gambians in Gambia aren't aware of the amount of artists that have actually been spread out over the world throughout the latest couple of years. For example, in Sweden, we have amazing Gambian artists that people in Gambia don't even know about. For example, Sena Bosi, and a group called Panetos, and a guy called Knack. And even in UK, we have this amazing guy called Jay Huss, who I'm getting really inspired by. And I'm so happy to have this connection to these people, because I feel like if we could use, if we could in some way benefit from all these connections over the world, if we could bring together Gambian artists and Gambian musicians who are based in Gambia and connect them with the ones who are over the world, we could create something amazing. We could start, you know, concerts. We could start different collaborations, and in that kind of way help Gambians get out, because I feel like the world needs to see real Gambian culture and real music, because they have no idea. So that's something. And when we're coming to Gambia, we're having a concert, which is, the details aren't set yet, so I can't give you too many details, but we're having a concert just to kind of initiate this new journey and this new process, and we're bringing together many Konta people, and we're just trying to start this conversation between the people outside of Gambia and in Gambia. And after that, you can see how to work with, you know, like you said, we need the structure and the actual management. But I feel like that's going to be easier to work on once we've established a real connection between everyone. Because that's what I feel we're lacking right now, the connection between like all the Sweden-based musicians who are so great, and they don't get to see the other great musicians in Gambia. I feel like it's crazy that we haven't brought everyone together yet. So that's my goal. That's my goal for now. A long answer, but I'm really.
That's quite okay. That's quite okay. And finally, I know that you haven't got much time today, and I thank you so much for having to wait for us, to set up our studios. So
thank you for doing it. I'm just happy to be here.
Because this is a Mimbekering TV. Mimbekering means what's on, in English, like what is happening. So right now, what is happening is a conversation with Iman. So Iman, my final question is that you tell me that you're gonna go to Gambia soon in mid-December. Do you have any plan or surprise plan to perform for the Gambians? We know that Gambian, cannot afford to miss these melodious and this beautiful voice of yours. Do you have any plan to perform for them once, especially our president, the new president of the Republic? I'm sure he will be very happy for you to perform, for the Gambians to hear your voice. So if yes, can you tell me where? Just to let it come out of the bag.
I can tell you that yes, I will be performing. I will be performing. I can't tell you when yet.
Yes.
It's a surprise. But once everything's set, you'll be the first one to know.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
And and now my father is telling me that I also need to hunt some leopards when I'm there, just like he used to do when he was a child. So I'll be sure to do that also when I get to Gambia. But besides that, I'm definitely gonna perform, and I'm happy about that. Yeah.
All right, Iman, thank you so much for this wonderful interview, and for your valuable time. Maybe I will give you 1 minute to say something you think I haven't asked you during this short interview. But I'm sure that we will come back again to this another time, and then it's going to be live. It's going to be a lengthy one. This is going to be a very marathon interview. But for now, this is just an introduction to get to know you and for you to be, introduced, because I introduced you to the audience, our audience. That is wonderful. So now, tell us something that you think I haven't asked you.
Well, first of all, I have two things to say. I can tell you that my songs will be coming soon, and I'm really happy about that. I'm working with a guy called Notes, and there will be a song in a few weeks out in the UK, so I'm happy about that. And I'll be in the UK a lot this fall, so that's also exciting. But the second thing I want to say is that I'm so happy to be embraced like this. I'm happy to getting to do this interview and get the message across, and I'm thankful for how embracive all the Gambians are. That makes me very happy. So I'm thanking you. Thank you so much.
You're highly welcome, and I'm sure that Gambians are always proud of their own, and you are one of our own, and you will never walk alone. Like we said in Liverpool, you will never walk alone. We will always be by your side, okay? And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Hi viewers, you are watching Mimbekering TV here in Liverpool, in the United Kingdom rather. This is part of our program Sewo Tumo, which is
I've been working so hard, then I took dawn, to give you what you want. Every time I get home, look to your phone, do you see that I was gone? You're trying to play and pretend, but doing nothing. Stuck here wondering, was it all for nothing? Or was it always something? Everything is so whack, and every setback, you keep on blaming me. Like the time when you just fucked it all up, it all comes down to me. I don't get your whole thing, it's getting boring. What's up with your game? Was it all for nothing? There was always nothing. Cause you think that you're getting by. Shoot me down for a rough smile. Time after time, now you're out of lies. And I'm through spending all my nights waiting up when I could go out. Game over now, baby, bye bye bye. Not time for whatever. 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 Oh no. Spending quality time out with my gang. They keep on asking though, how a woman like me can waste energy on a spoiled brat baby boy. I don't really know why, head in the clouds, but that's so overruled. Was it all for nothing? Oh nah. Cause you think that you're getting by. Shoot me down for a rough smile. Time after time, now you're out of lies. And I'm through spending all my nights waiting up when I could go out. Game over now, baby, bye bye bye. Whatever. Not time for 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 whatever. Oh no. Cause you think that you're getting by. Oh. Shoot me down for a rough smile. Oh oh. Whatever, not time for 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 whatever.